Hello, this is Rosalind.
Well, I want to say good morning. I have to say good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How about you? Good morning to you.
Well, I always respond the same way, and I'm not going to stop. If you can't tell, I must be slipping. I just really want you to know that I'm always doing good. And for those of you that don't know, now you know we are honored, we're privileged, we're blessed, we're pleased to introduce to some and present to others this awesome young lady. We are excited here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. But before I get into any of that, let me do this. Welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. We are the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast network in the platform. And, of course, we are currently being nominated for our fifth straight Stellar Award. Praise God for that. And we're getting ready to have a nice, candid conversation with this young lady who has written not one but two publications. And, of course, we want to be able to share this information to all of our viewers and listeners around the world. Again, it is the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. That's GMAP, the number 1.com. I am Pastor Kevin, and I'm always honored and privileged for your presence to be here on this great day. But with no further ado, I really don't want to take away the opportunity to really present who you are, because I can read this lovely bio. And, it's a great bio. I can read this bio, and I'm more than sure that I could make it sound, I don't know, extraordinary. I can make it sound great, wonderful, but no one can really introduce you the way you can.
Oh,
Okay, so what I would love for you to do, if you don't mind, I want you to just share with our viewers and listeners this morning who you are and where you're from here on the
okay.
GMAP Broadcast Network.
All right. I am Minister Rosalind Pryor. I live in Jackson, Michigan. And like you said, I wrote 2 publications. My main focus, my main goal in life, what has been handed down to me from Christ, is to empower women to be all that they can be. It doesn't matter what circumstances that you have faced in your previous time, but everyone goes through something, honestly. It could be good or bad, and it can create hiccups and obstacles for you as you move forward. But what we have to learn to do is to give all of those things to God and to move forward in the purpose that He has created for us to be in, and learn to create a balance for ourselves and become all that we can be in Him. That's been my main focus and main goal. I went through a lot of different things as a child. I was molested. I was in foster care. Had a lot of different challenges, but I didn't allow for those challenges to create a bad atmosphere as I grew up. I graduated and I have my master's degree in business now. I've done a lot of different things, but you have to learn to keep yourself focused on what you're seeking after, which is your prize, your goal, your craft, and not look at the things that you have went through in the past. And my motto is look past your past and see your future that God has planned for you. So once you can do that, you can empower yourself. You can walk in the craft that God has created for you, and you can help people. The Bible says people are overcome by the testimonies of the saints. And if we utilize our testimony for a platform, we can help bring other people up. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wow. Well, I am so honored and privileged to hear that, because you know what? I just learned something. A lot of times we get stuck in our past, and
Yes.
our past could really hinder us, and we, of course, want to always continue to try to look towards the future. Now, the publications that you have written, I want to dive right in and talk about those. Of course,
Okay.
one of them being Shackled, and
Mm-hmm.
of course the other one being Living Shackled. Which one of these publications was released first?
Shackled was released first, and that book is talking about me from the age of 9 to almost 25, and the different challenges. I don't want to give the story away for those who haven't read it, but talking about all the challenges that I faced growing up, how I was moved from home to home, how I looked for love in all the wrong places, um, dating men that were older than me, and having my children before I was 25 years of age. And then living shackled as me above the age of 25, and learning to live with all the things that happened to me as a child created different obstacles for me as an adult.
Wow, I could only imagine. Now, of course, we don't want to give away, the information provided in the publications, because we always want people to go out and purchase the books, of course. And of course,
Yes.
if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, this young lady is an awesome, awesome, awesome young lady, Rosalind Pryor. And of course, she is one of our featured artists on our broadcast network platform. Her books are being featured as we speak, and they'll be there for a while. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine not having them there now, because I feel like I can relate to what it is that she has gone through. I know my wife has told me she has been through some trying times over the years, and I definitely am going to be one to go out and show my support and pick up a couple of copies of each book so I can share them with my wife. But now, Shackled, I still want to stay focused on Shackled. And
Sure.
of course, you did mention that you had some trying times.
Yes.
You had to go through some stuff, and of course, you got to go through something to get somewhere.
Yes, you do.
To get where you're going, you got to go through something. And of course, I don't want to get specific, but at what point did you feel the need, Rosalind, to present this information in written form so that others can relate or understand what some of us go through as we face those trials and tribulations? So at what point did you make the decision, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and produce and publish this book titled Shackled for people to embrace, to read, and share with others?
You know what, Pastor Kevin? I have always journaled. It was my release mechanism growing up, based on all the different challenges. I had to learn to channel that energy somewhere. So what I did 2 years ago is I took my journals and I put them in book format. God had said it was time for me to tell my story, and there were going to be people that I would be able to help heal and to help see his glory in every situation. And so 2 years ago, I started putting pen to paper, and the first book was Shackled.
Okay, wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that this is an awesome publication that we want you to go out and pick up. And we got more on the way because we're going to be talking about the other publication as well and some of the other great things that you're doing. But what I want to do right here and right now, I just want to take a quick 50-second break and show you the Shackled trailer right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. So, Rosalind, you hold on, sit tight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back on the other side of this break. Stay close, don't move. We'll be back right after this. You know, I can just look at the trailer and it I guess you can say it gets kind of emotional for me because just the trailer alone speaks volume. And I believe
Yeah.
in my spirit a lot of people can. That's why I like airing that trailer now. I told you when you told me you had trailers to air, I embraced that immediately. Hurry, send them so I can put them in because I had a feeling that I was going to be able to relate to them. Now, you know, if you were to, I guess you can say, share some words of encouragement to people who may be shackled or who may just be coming out of being shackled or who may be at the brink of diving into being shackled, what exactly is it that you would say to them right now?
What I would say is you have to move forward. You can either dwell on your past or you can see salvation in everything that you've done. You can become an overcomer of anything that you face. It doesn't matter if you're in an abusive relationship right now. There was ways to get out of that. It doesn't matter if you've been raped or if you've been molested or if you're homeless. There's always ways to get out. And what you have to do is move forward. You have to find yourself pressing forward out of whatever that situation has been. I was in abusive relationships for very, very many years, and I had been left for dead. You can't look at what you're going through right now because if you do, you'll waddle in it. What you have to find yourself doing is finding a way out. And if reaching out to me, Pastor Kevin has my telephone number, and if there's avenues that I can help someone, I'm always willing to empower somebody to get past what they're going through. I face so many different obstacles, Pastor Kevin, and I know that I'm an overcomer,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I am more than willing to help others overcome their situation.
My God.
And that's what we do. But you have to find yourself past what you're seeing right now, and you have to be able to press forward and find a way out. You can't just stay stuck there. And then women who have children that are in abusive relationships, there's all different kinds of shelters that will shelter you to move out of the place of being abused because no one deserves to be hit or beat. No one deserves to be molested or misused. And there's always avenues, but you have to be a strong individual in order to get out of what you're in.
Wow.
And you have to be willing.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know, you said a mouthful there. And, of course, as you were speaking and we were talking about Shackled and, of course, Diaries of Shackles Removed. Okay, I'm going to rewind the tape and press play and say living shackled.
Yes.
Okay, you know where I'm going. I believe you know where I'm going here, because
Yes, I do.
there's a purpose behind what it is that how you strategically titled these particular publications, and I want to move over to living shackled, because a lot of
Okay.
us, I guess you can say, Rosalind, a lot of us, when we live shackled, basically we're suffering. It's like I was talking to you about another book that's on our platform, Suffering in Silence.
Mhm.
We're living shackled, but we're afraid to say something.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how the foundation and the root came about concerning living shackled?
By the time that I got to the age of 25, I had endured so much. I had so much anger. I didn't know how to love. I didn't know how to trust. I was creating very destructive behavior for myself, and everything that I touched would just crumble. It didn't matter if it was my children, relationships, because I had been abused so much. I didn't know how to trust a person. I didn't know how to love a person. Um, I was in a complete whirlwind of bondage. And so I was living with everything that I had faced growing up, being in foster care, not feeling loved, looking for love in all the wrong places. And I just went through a very serious downward spiral. And that's what the living shackled is about. I didn't know how to find myself in a better state. I couldn't find a way to empower myself. And it wasn't until, honestly, that I met my husband's mom when I started going to church. And I was able to talk to her on a daily basis. And she helped me find myself in a different space. So that was where my turning point started.
Wow. Well, it's
Yeah,
amazing
I
how
could
we are.
see myself better.
Yeah, we always seem to find that person,
Mhm.
or that comfort when we go to
Mhm.
church. A lot of people don't understand it, but evidently God had a plan and still continues to have a plan for you. Now,
Yes.
of course, living shack, a lot of people I know out there that are listening right now can relate to living shackled. Again,
Mhm.
we're honored, we're privileged, and we are blessed to have this awesome young lady here, Rosalind Pryor, on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You can stop by gmap1.com, and of course, you can look in our bookstore. She is one of our featured authors, and of course, we want to encourage you to go out and purchase not one, but both publications, one of them being Shackled, Diaries of Shackles Removed. I love that.
Yes. Mhm.
Diaries of Shackles Removed. And of course, the other publication, Living Shackled. I'm feeling something in the titles of these two publications. Now, let me ask you this. I know they've been out there. I know they're on places like Amazon and things of that nature. How long has it been since both of these publications have been released?
Shackled has been out for 2 years. Living Shackled is around 7 months.
Okay, so Shackled 2 years, Living Shackled 7 months, and we're just, you know what? It's brand new. They're both brand new publications to us. So we
Hmm.
want to encourage each and every one of you that are out there listening today to pick up Living Shackled and also Shackled. Of course, Rosalind Pryor, one of our featured authors here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Now, if someone were to ask you today, Rosalind, what's next? You know,
What's
what's next for you?
next for me is Shackles Removed. That'll be the third publication.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I'm working on that one right now, and just trying to empower people to be all they can.
Well, we're going to get to that before we let you go, because I'm a firm believer that you have something that you will be able to share. But before we do that, what I'm going to do, of course, we were able to see Shackled. Now I want to bless the people with the trailer of Living Shackled here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. So I want you to sit tight. I'll be back right after this, right here on the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast network in the country, the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. author, woman of God, wife, encourager, speaker, however you want to approach her. She's a great, 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 great young lady, Rosalind Pryor, here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. We'll be back right after this on the show. I just love that. Forgot to, and I'm going to have to, want to say good morning and or good afternoon to our viewers or our listeners in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I just got word that they are tied in and tapped into our broadcast on today. So those of you that are chimed in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, WGLB Radio in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we want to say hello to you. Mm-hmm. And God bless you, and thank you guys so much up there for chiming us in and listening to this awesome conversation that we're having on today. So, Rosin, we're starting to get the information out there, just so you know. People are truly, truly being blessed by this information. So I just got word that we are chimed in up there. Now, if someone had the opportunity to reach out to you on an individual basis, are you someone that is wide open to discuss that with them, to help guide them in the right direction, so to speak?
Absolutely, I am. Well, I'm more than willing to do that.
I mean, a person that has written publications such as this one, you have to have a firm belief and or a strong tie to certain organizations in your community as well as abroad. You know, domestic violence, abuse, however you want to look at it. Are you an individual that is connected to those type of organizations in your area?
In my area, we have what is called the Aware Shelter, and I know the avenues for women for that. And we are also in the process of opening up a new home to help house women that have been incarcerated. And they're in the process of putting a whole home together for those ladies as well. They will be able to come there and work and be able to garden and do all different kinds of things to help them re-enter into society, to help empower them to look past the felonies that they had that sent them to prison. And I have had the privilege of meeting the owner of that home. So, yes, in my area, I am well aware of the places to help advocate for women. And even if they are not in the Jackson County, Jackson, Michigan area, I'm willing to be an advocate for wherever they are. This March that is coming up in Lima, Ohio, I have the opportunity of talking to the workers for foster care and workers for abused women and putting education material together for them to help them do their job a little bit better. So, yes, I do have the resources, and I am more than willing to advocate for any woman that is going through different challenges or obstacles.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, I don't know if I should have expected anything less than what you just shared with us. Now, I want to draw up a scenario.
Okay.
And I want you to pay attention. I do this to a lot of the people that I have an opportunity to speak with because I like to feed on their response.
Okay.
I am currently putting together my imaginary megatorium. Now, my megatorium consists of, the Joel Osteen's auditorium and the T.D. Jakes Potter's house. In my megatorium, Rosalind, there's over 10,000 seats. Every last one of those seats are occupied by a young lady.
Mhm.
Every last one of those young ladies have been through or are currently going through what you went through. I had the privilege of introducing you to the podium.
Mhm.
Megatorium, 10,000 seats, 10,000 young ladies. Rosalind Pryor walks up to the podium. What would you say to them?
The first thing that I would say is deliverance is here, and it's not based on what you went through, but God is here to help you. God is here to help maneuver you out of your circumstances that you are in. And I'm willing to touch and agree and pray with each and every one of those women that I can touch. And deliverance is here. It doesn't matter what you've been facing. God is using me for a different magnitude, and I know the mantle that's on my life. And I'm willing to use that mantle to help empower each and every woman that is sitting in there that I can touch.
Wow.
Deliverance is here.
Amen. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Amen, amen, amen. Well, when we come back, I'm going to ask you to share all of your outlets as far as how people can reach out to you, whether
Okay.
it be your website, social site, phone number, email. And remember that GMAP Broadcast Network is down here in the lower left-hand corner of everything. I just thought I'd throw that out there while you're sharing it. But nevertheless, we'll be back right after this. I want you to come back in just a few minutes, Rosalind, and just kind of share where people can reach out and connect with you, touch base with you, maybe speak to you on a one-on-one basis or whatever the case may be. We want to make sure that we give them that opportunity. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this, right here on the number one faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast network in the country, the GMAP Broadcast Network. I'm here with author Rosalind Pryor, and I'm grateful, honored that she is one of our featured artists here on our platform. So stay close, don't move. We'll be back right after this on the show. right, we're back right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com, and I am honored, privileged, and I'm blessed to have this awesome, awesome young lady here with us as our guest on today. Once again, sending a shout out to our family and friends in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank God for you guys up there tuning in, and of course, all of our viewers and listeners around the world. We're currently being seen and heard in over 168 countries around the world. We are currently averaging 35 to 40,000 people on a monthly basis who are chimed in. And, of course, social media and things like that have been very good to us. Rosalind, I just really appreciate you being a part of our platform on today. And, of course, I would love it if you would just kind of go through the intimate details of how people can reach you if, in fact, they wanted to reach out and connect with you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pastor Kevin, for this opportunity as well. Thank you. You can reach me by email if that's your form of communication, and that's Rosalind Pryor's Inspirations at gmail.com. I'm on every social media outlet. You can find me mainly if you want to inbox me. You can inbox me on Facebook, and it is still the same Rosalind Pryor's Inspiration. I am on Instagram. I'm on every social media platform. And I'll also even give you my cell phone number. It's used for a business. And it will be actually answered by me, to be honest with you. And that telephone number is 517-960-9535. I'm open to help and heal whomever. That's what we are to do. We are here for the use of God's glory, and I want to make sure that I do that. I want to make sure that I'm intentionally living for every person that I touch. So those are the ways that you can get a hold of me. And if I don't answer my phone, please leave me a voicemail. I will definitely give you a call back. And again, that telephone number is 517-960-9535.
Well, you know, I would say I'm kind of confused over the fact that you write books, because you are a young lady of few words. You really, yeah.
I'm being told that I do better writing, I think. But
wow, I mean, it's amazing because you get right to it. There you have it. It's over with. It's done. But in the name of Jesus, it's an awesome thing. Again, we appreciate you, and of course, I want you to be sure to send my love out to your husband, because it had not been for him responding, we would not be here talking today.
Isn't God amazing?
Amazing. It's amazing because, we always want to take control of situations, but yet we pray.
Yes.
I'm a firm believer that faith untested is faith untrusted. In order for our faith to be trusted, we have to know that it will be tested. And of course, sometimes God allows. My mom used to tell me all the time, you pray, but when you pray, stop taking it back. Stop taking it back. And then we'll pray by faith, and then we'll say, well, I have faith, God, but, once you said that word, you deactivated your faith.
Yes. Start learning to thank Him.
Yeah.
And what you're in expectation for.
That's right.
Once you say that prayer, just start thanking Him for it coming to pass.
Yeah.
Versus having the doubt. And that's going to help him shut down some of that doubt as well, and that's what we have to learn as Christians as we move forward. We pray and we ask God for something, then we have to learn how to worship Him and thank Him for it. Even if He doesn't do it, we still have the responsibility of doing that.
Well, God always answers. There's not a time that you ask Him for something and He doesn't answer, but sometimes He says yes, sometimes He says no, sometimes He says wait.
Yep.
It's our impatience that drives us crazy.
Yes, it is.
But again, I just can't thank you enough for being here. I know that this is just the beginning. As a matter of fact, while I was on the break, I got yet another phone call, and somebody. I'm gonna share that information with you off the air, because I don't know if they want me to publicly say that, but they're going to take your information and in this particular interview and put it on their platform as well, because that's what they do. They travel around and they focus on book authors and things of that magnitude, and they share it with people around the world. They have an awesome website, an awesome YouTube channel, and
Hmm.
and this conversation is going to be edited and released to them to put in their rotation as well at no expense to
Hmm.
you whatsoever. And it's just a wonderful thing. I'll be sharing that with you shortly. But again, Rosalind, I just can't thank you enough for being here on the GMAP Broadcast Network on today. If there was
Thank
one
you.
last thing that you would like to say to our viewers and listeners around the world, the opportunity is yours right now.
What I would say is, regardless to what you're facing, God does have a plan for you. All you have to learn how to do is to renew your mind. Reach out to someone that can help you overcome whatever that obstacle may be. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to me because you don't know me, reach out to Pastor Kevin. I'm certain that he has different advocate places where you could go. I'm certain that there's someone out there in your community that can help you, but you have to empower yourself to move past what it is that you're facing, because deliverance is waiting on you.
Mm,
All you have to do is make the first step.
that's right. And of course, there's so many options, and it doesn't matter what area you're in, we can help. We can
Yes.
find you some help. We can seek out some help. We can work this thing out together. Rosalind, again, I thank you so much for being here on today. I just look so much forward to a lot of great things that God has in store for you and your future. And of course, the door here, as a matter of fact, there is no door. So the door frame is always wide open because there's no doors.
Mhm.
So you're always welcome. And please keep us posted on what you have going on, book signings, and special events that you may be attending. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know when. Let us know why. Let us know where, so we can help invite people out to see who you are, to meet you personally, and things like that. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Pastor Kevin.
No problem at all. To God be the glory. We appreciate you being here. Until next time, you be blessed, and you continue to be a blessing to others. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
God bless you too. Bye bye.